Let us know what neighborhoods you're interested in and what your favorites are. Today we're going to talk about which Chicago neighborhood is right for you. I'm here with Dixie.
Hey, JP.
And we have a fair amount of knowledge about Chicago. Dixie, you are born and raised here?
Yeah, in Humboldt Park, Ukrainian Village, just right around the street from Clemente.
Okay, he's been here his entire life. I've been here since I was 11, so 20-something years, do the math. So from two people who have been in Chicago for a very long time, we might have some insight on what are some good neighborhoods to live in. I think this is a kind of a loaded question because we get this a ton. Hey, what's the best neighborhood? What's the best neighborhood? So we're gonna try to break it down in a sense of what questions we might want to ask clients for us to figure out what's the best neighborhood, but also for them to kind of come up with that on their own.
Right.
Because it's a little bit tough. So the first thing we came up with is what neighborhood's your vibe?
Well, I think what's important to the client, right, is that do they like to go out to eat in the weekends? Do they like to go shop? Do they like to go to the park with their dog? It's on a buyer to buyer basis.
Yeah, no, I agree. When I think vibe, I think like a party lifestyle to more of a kind of traditional stay-in lifestyle. I mean, I grew up south side Chicago, not a ton over there, very residential, so it's not like you're walking to the store. Every time we went somewhere, it was kind of like an event to go somewhere. So growing up there you just felt like you were kind of like in a suburb. There's nothing around too much, and it's kind of like a big trip. Like we went to the mall a ton. We went to Evergreen Plaza. We went to Ford City Mall. Like that's where we went. And then when you come downtown, everything is literally like at your footsteps. It's outside your front door. And because of that, there's a hustle and bustle, and it's a different vibe.
100%.
You walk outside and you're like, whoa, things are happening. So for me, when I ask clients what's your vibe, that's what I mean in the sense of, do you want to walk outside and have everything happening immediately? Or do you want to walk outside, have space? Are you okay taking a 10-minute walk to the store? Are you okay getting your car? Because River North, Bronzeville, and Rogers Park are all a different vibe.
Total night and day.
Yeah, totally night and day. So I think knowing your vibe is huge. And what's hard is when clients ask me what's the best neighborhood, and I ask that question, what's their vibe? You know your vibe. I don't.
Takes us about 1 or 2 showings.
Yeah, it takes us 1 or 2 shows. It's I know what you're about. Yeah. But you know, and my suggestion about that is go to a neighborhood. If you think you want to live in River North, go there on a Saturday at 7 p.m. Go there on a Monday at 2 p.m. Feel the difference because you're going to be there 24/7. So understand what that vibe is like before you do that. Talking about vibe, I had a client who went, he's moving to the city, didn't know anything, was working on Wacker Drive and wanted a place on Washington and Wacker.
Yep.
There's nothing over there. And I remember having the conversation, say, hey, I know you want to be close to work. This is a stone's throw away. You can literally walk to work. He's like, JP, I'm going to be working 60 hours a week. I need to be close to work. Got it. Nothing is over here.
Well, he's not going to get that coffee on Saturday
morning.
No,
the Dunkin' Donuts is closed on Saturday over there. So there's nothing over there.
Yep.
2 years later, he gives me a call. JP, I need a different neighborhood. He's like, I don't like it over here. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, there's nothing happening. I was like, this is what I said. So understand your vibe and to make sure that you find the right neighborhood. The next question that we tend to ask clients is, where do you work? Are you working in the city? Are you working from home? How do you see this being relevant to picking a neighborhood?
Are you driving to work or are you taking the red line, the blue line, the Metro? That all comes to play, I think.
I think Chicago is a big little city.
Yep.
You're 25 minutes away from everything, 45 in traffic. It's just how it works. Sometimes people say, okay, I need to get to the Jackson stop downtown. So I need to live off the blue line. Right. But they're not willing to live anywhere further than the Damon stop. Or
willing to pay that price.
Are willing to pay that price. So if you're gonna take the blue line and between Damon and Division is Westtown, Wicker Park, that's a higher price point. It's a very popular neighborhood. You can go 6 more stops down and it'll probably take you maybe 15 to 20 more minutes to get to work. and you'll get way more bang for your buck.
I think it's worth it. I mean, you could do Avondale, you could do Logan Square maybe, and you'll get a much bigger place. Say if you're looking for a condo, you could maybe afford a duplex down.
Yeah.
I think it's very much worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think moving to the city or changing neighborhoods, everybody wants to be close to everything. And like I said, Chicago's a big little city that you can get around here very easily. Being in those premier neighborhoods are good, but getting more bang for your buck, living a little further off those train stations, the Red Line, the Brown Line, X, Y, and Z can be helpful. But also, if you're driving, like you said, do you need to be close to Lakeshore Drive? Do you need to be close to 9094? Like,
yeah.
Those things are important too as well. I personally think Lakeshore Drive is probably the easiest north and south way to get into the city.
Last 2 years, Dan Ryan has been a nightmare.
Yes. They've been fixing that thing downtown for I don't know how long, and it's terrible. But knowing where you're gonna be in the city and where you're gonna work is gonna be huge. And also, if you work from home. If you work from home and your vibe is more of a quiet vibe, maybe River North might not be the best place. Maybe the Loop might not be the best place. Maybe there's certain neighborhoods where it's always gonna be busy. The difference is, like, sometimes you live next to trains or the deeper you're into the city, there's an ambient noise that comes with it. And that's
almost like white noise.
It's like a white noise that if you work from home, you're gonna start hearing that white noise a little bit more. You can't open your window because there's gonna be a constant like buzz of the city that you might want somewhere a little bit quieter.
I think Bucktown, Westtown is just kind of the heart of the city. You know, it's in the middle of everywhere. You can go north, south, west, and we are all close to all transportation. Whether it's Lakeshore, Dan Ryan, trains, bus, I think it's the best.
So the next thing we think about is what is your current life priorities when picking a neighborhood? And this kind of goes along the lines of vibe, but I like to think of this as
future plans, maybe?
Future plans. Like, are you building a family? Are you currently dating? Are you living that single life? Like, are you more of a party lifestyle? Clients ask me all the time about neighborhoods, and I give them, like, I looked at a place the other day with a client off of Sheffield, right by Wrigley Field.
Wow.
Duplex down, 400K, 2-bed plus den, and I was like, this is nice. And they're like, JP, would you live here? I was like, today? No. No way. 7 years ago? All day. You have to figure out where you're at in life. So 7 years ago, I would live here, no problem. I would go to all these bars, hang out, but like right now, no, I don't want to be pushing a stroller down and possibly somebody passed out in a corner. Like, it's a busy area. So like understanding your long-term and your life plans is huge. What's your thoughts on that?
You hit it on the mark. I mean, if you're building a family, you want to be maybe Ravenswood, maybe Roscoe Village, Bucktown, Ukrainian Village, maybe. Yeah, I think you hit it on the mark. Single, you do want that River North, West Loop. I think those are all the trendy areas in Chicago right now.
So now we're gonna go with the neighborhood that we currently live in, or favorite neighborhood that we've lived in, and then favorite neighborhood to visit. So we're gonna do whys by that. So let's start with you, Dixie, your favorite neighborhood to live in.
I grew up in Ukrainian Village and live in Westtown, so I didn't move too far, but that's a good thing. You know, we grew and we love our neighborhood.
What's your favorite neighborhood to live in and why?
I love where I live because I am so close to everything. I'm close to downtown, I'm close to restaurants, I'm close to coffee shops, gyms, transportation, everything. So that's why I love it here.
I think the thing I like about Chicago is that every neighborhood, if you live there long enough, you'll find out has everything that you need.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the good thing I would try to tell clients, like live here long enough, you'll know where all the secret places are, you'll know where the shortcuts are, you know what streets not to go down because you'll get stuck with a garbage truck, like you'll know all those places. My favorite neighborhood I've lived in, for people who know me, is Uptown. It'll always be Uptown. I think it's the biggest bang for your buck. It's the most diverse group of people. It's close to downtown, it's close to the lake, it's near the Red Line, it's near the Purple Line that goes to Evanston, it's near the Metro, and it's surrounded by some really cool neighborhoods in the sense of, let's say, Andersonville, which was rated like top neighborhood in America or something like that last year. It's next to Edgewater, which I like Edgewater, there's some really good food there. You can walk down to Wrigleyville, like every time we went to a Cubs game, we would just walk home. So it's not far from there at all. And then the lake is right there. I like Uptown a ton. I think it's probably one of the last hidden gems in Chicago.
It's underrated, for sure.
I had to go pick up my mail from the last place I lived because the people there had our mail, which was really nice for them to hold it for us. But I went and I was walking down the street and I was like, man, this neighborhood is great.
Yeah.
They had great food, great people. Oh, and also Asia and Argyle is right there on Argyle and Broadway. Great food, great people. Like, I love all of it. Like, so I think that's my favorite neighborhood that I've lived in. Next would be favorite neighborhood to visit.
I think what makes Chicago so great is all the different neighborhoods you can visit. I don't have a favorite neighborhood to visit. It just depends on my mood. You know, do I want to go out to eat? Do I want to party a little? Do I just want to lay low and shop around and take a stroll to the park or whatever? So I think that's what makes Chicago one of the best cities.
Wow, that's good. That's good, I should take that, but I'm not going to. So my favorite neighborhood, to visit, I would say is going to be Andersonville.
Okay.
And like the reason why, it feels like a beach town. They're like bars where you can just get wings. They're pretty nice restaurants.
Yeah.
They're like some underground burger places, like Little Bad Wolf, which is amazing burgers.
Oh, yeah.
And you have like a fruit market stand, you have like a farmer's market that's up there too as well. And there's also like knick-knack stores. There's like an art gallery, there's like secondhand used furniture stores. So like it feels like such like a beach town that I feel like I can always take friends and family who are not from here there. Like
throw them a little curveball.
So like sometimes like I had some family come up from the south and we took them downtown and it was just like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my God, everything's so big, there's so many stores and like so many people. So I feel like that neighborhood's a little bit of a getaway where you still get Chicago feel, still great people, still everything there. So like, I think Andersonville is one of my favorite neighborhoods to visit. Yeah.
Surprised me.
Surprise.